can start, or you would be?
A few words about our company. We are Netsbay, a Finnish company that helps international tech talents to enter Finland to find a job. We hold a Telegram channel where we support informationally all our community members and give all the information on relocation process, integration, relocating with the family and cats even, and so on. We also organize job fair events, and I will tell a bit more about it later today. And now I would like to introduce our co-founder, Julia, and she will share her experience. Julia, the stage is yours.
Thank you. Thank you, Nadezhda and Ola, and I'm really happy to be here. And I hope that I will introduce like a basic English, which Nadezhda and Olga has a very perfect English, but I have just a basic one, and I hope that the guys who will listen me will catch probably some mistakes and will understand that it's not a problem if you're speaking with mistakes on interviews or with your team, because basically people in your team would be not natives. So I would be like an example for you today. Yes, and let's start. So my name is Yulia Zhukova. I have master in computer science degree from Russian University, probably some of you know ITMO. Then I had like 12 years as experience as IT project manager and a product owner in different companies, some of them big, some of them small. So a very different experience. Some startups, some enterprises. And then 4 years ago, I moved to Finland and we started our travel to Finnish recruitment market and building communities and creating contents for IT specialists who interested to relocate to Finland. And actually, this is the biggest one community which exists in Telegram, which help IT specialists to move to Finland. And briefly, our story. In 2018, a friend of mine, Maria Hartikainen from Helsinki Partners, asked me to help with the job fair event in Finnish embassy in St. Petersburg, and then we have 2 events in Moscow embassy. And that's how I understand that this is like a big love between Finnish companies and Russian specialists. So I decided that we need to discover this market more for Russian specialists, because to be honest, that was like a pretty small information about this market at those time. In 2019, I relocated to Finland and we start our channel and community. In 2020, as every one of us have had a Corona vacations. And in 2021, but I think that's not really make a big difference, but we have a Tempo grant. This is a grant from Finnish government, which they give to companies whom they trust and believe in their development. And in 2022, we hold 3 online job fair events. And later on, Olga will invite you for one, which we will have pretty soon. And I prepared a list of 50 reasons why you need to go to Finland, why you need to choose this country for relocation. And let me introduce this. This is in Russian, but I will try to translate it quite on the flow. So to get the Finnish resident permit for IT specialist is needed just an offer from Finnish company and your diploma. Or if you don't have a diploma, you can use your CV, where is like 3 years of experience, or probably some contracts from your previous work. It would also work nicely, or working book as well. And the resident permit card to Finland is, you can receive it so fast, it's like took from 1 day to several days to get this decision made, because Finns automate a lot of processes during this summer, and now the process is very fluent. And there's a very low decline percentage rate for resident permit. And also in June, they made a Visa D process, like a fast track. You just apply for the resident permit and the Visa D at the same time, and then Visa D can be just stick to your passport right at the Finnish embassy. And with this Visa D, you can go to Finland and receive a resident permit straight in Finland. And this is very important right now because the diplomatic post is very slow at this moment, and it could take like 4 weeks to get your plastic cards with this resident permit. And Visa D is very easy to get. Resident permit is possible to get for specialists and for the family of specialists. This is like a spouse and the children's under 18 years old. And the owners of resident permit get the same rights for social benefits and medicine and child benefits as citizens of Finland have. Also, Finland is a nice country to relocate because it has a border with Russia, and you can go there by car or by bus. Now it's important because the flights quite expensive from Russia. And this resident permit gives you rights to travel inside of Schengen zone. And after 4 years, you can apply for the permanent resident permit, which has a little bit more wide opportunities for you. And Finnish passport is like number 4 in the world by the numbers of countries that you can visit without visa. In Finland, you can, this is a law to get the second citizenship. Like you can have a Russian passport and the Finnish passport at the same time, which is, for example, in the Netherlands or in Germany, you need to decide. The main language in IT companies in Finland is English, and in this language you also can receive almost all services from the government. In Finland you have 5 weeks of vacations every year, and Finland one of the most innovative countries in the world. And very high level digital services. So for example, you can rent a flat sitting at your home and sign the contract. You don't need to go somewhere. You can rent an office, you can make insurance, you can make different electricity contracts and so on. So everything could be solved digitally. If you go into Finland with your family, so that's important that your spouse can have rights to be integrated to Finnish society. They have these benefits, benefits for people who get in these integration courses and study Finnish language. This is important because, for example, on a Cypher, suppose haven't got those right to work. And you need to check it if you choose in countries, so what would your spouse do there? In companies in Finland, it's very common to keep the work-life balance. Probably you heard about that, and this sounds like 8 hours for work, 8 hours for family or your private life, and 8 hours for sleeping. A pension for retired people, some benefits for retired people. It starts to collect you can, the government, not the government, let me show, the funds, pension funds and social security funds will start to collect money for your pension right from the first day of your work here. And if even you move to other country, you still have the rights to receive this pension insurance. Finland is the country with a lot of clean water and the clean air, which is also very important to for good living. Different food here exists for vegans, for fish lovers, and so on. Good city transport, no traffic jams like in Moscow. Of course, somebody can meet some traffic jams, but very, very little comparing to Moscow. So probably I can stop with this, but this is like a very lot of points that you also can read in our channel, because I really want to save some time to answer your questions. But yeah, high level of medicine, free of charge leading the pregnancy. Every child in Finland has this is like, I like this point that every child have the same start in Finland, because they have this starting box for children, for the babies, with the same clothes, and you can even walking, you can understand that. So these babies was just born because they have similar clothes. Child benefits for parents and for kids. Also important thing if you go into Finland with kids is that government paying or country paying for some subsidy for childhood kindergartens. Because, for example, in Netherlands or even in Finland, the price for one kid would be like 1,000 euro per month. But because of this subsidiation, the payments can cost 0 to 350 euro per one child. It depends from your earnings for the family. So if you have a big salary, so then you will pay more, but not bigger than 350 euros. Free of charge food in schools, and then free, I don't know how it's called, free notebooks for school boys and girls. And of course, you know that Finland is every year taking best places in the different ratings, such as the happiest country and so on. So this is it. Just briefly, I go through this list, and I think and I hope that you will choose Finland as one of the countries that you will consider for your future life and work. And actually, I know that one of the most common question and a very hot one is living costs in Finland. And to be honest, it would be different numbers for every family, and some family will say that this is too little money. Some family will say that this is too much money. I don't know why you spend so a lot of money for food, for example. But let's just go briefly. This is the real example. In our channel, we sometimes collect these statistics or just experience from our subscribers, how much money they spend. So, and here an example. So, family of 2 plus 2 cats, and the income is €4,000 and 200. This is a gross salary, and then after tax paid, this is only €2,900 that the specialist will get on his hand. The city of living is Helsinki. The flat is 50 meters with sauna is less than 1,000 and water included. Electricity is about €20 per month. Internet included to the rental costs, but if you want to boost speed, you can add €10 and get like much more better speed. Mobile costs is about €20 for 2 people. €20 for 2 people, quite small, but still possible. Food, about €500 and €600 they spend on holidays, birthdays, and so on during the month, or probably some restaurants. Cost for pets like €70. Travel costs, that means I think that costs for buses and public transport like €100 and €60 the payment for the gym for both, and entertainment, museums, zoo, and so on. You also can see here the prices. So it's about €1,700 for those 2 people and 2 cats. So it's about 1,000 left, 1,200 left. Or yes, probably that's the program which I prepared, but probably we will go by questions right now.
Yeah, thank you. And can you please go back? Is it really like sauna is included and into any flat?
Actually, yes. All Finns has this like right to sauna, and probably there's the same amount of saunas as people. But sometimes this is like a private sauna in a flat, and sometimes it's sauna for the
public sauna.
Public sauna, and not public, but it's
not
like
public.
No, it's how to say, tower building. Many floors in this building, and we have shared sauna here.
Okay, okay, it's like in the dormitory. Okay, I see. Yeah, maybe that's important for people who live in Finland, yeah, to have sauna in any apartment or to share some sauna. Okay, do you have any questions? Thank you for such a detailed information about the costs and about the money. Okay, we have a question. Hello, how registration company for freelance specialists, do they have anything like Russian IP? Like
they have Toiminimi. This is like the name of IP, but you cannot move to Finland on the ground of IP. Unfortunately, Finland do not have this digital nomad visa, but we have a program for IT specialists which calls EOR, and you can find it in our channel more detailed. This is a program for people who work remotely, for example, for American company, and they have like a permanent contract with American company or other companies in Europe, and you wish to live and work in Finland, then Nordsbay can become like a proxy company. So we will hire you as an employee, and then we will make a contract with your client and would become a proxy company. And you can find all costs in our channel, so you can understand how much money you need.
And could you please share the link to your channel if you want to in our Telegram chat after our meeting, so
Okay,
everyone
maybe
can,
Ola
maybe
can
they
do
want
so.
to subscribe.
Mhm.
Because it sounds really interesting what you do. Any more questions about life in Finland in general or IT industry in Finland?
Or maybe relocation processes. But
Or
I think
relocation processes, for those who are interested, of course, take your chance to know all
maybe
the
I can
details.
give an examples about salaries, because it's also quite a hot topic. For example, if you are a senior developer, your salary would be from 5 to 6,000 euro. If you middle developer, it's like 3.5 to 4.5, something like that. And for junior developer, I think that it's not that's impossible to relocate on this kind of grounds, because you need the salary level. They up it just tomorrow. They would up the
And
prices.
what about,
it's about like just 3,500 euros you need to have at least to be relocated. So if you have an offer less than 3,500, then it would be more difficult.
and what about, well, thank you very much for answering the question. Have we actually answered the question? Arna, yeah, let us know, please. And what about the general trends, 2023 trends for the Finnish IT market? Can you share some information in this area? What are the general trends in the IT market in Finland?
So as we see, there were some layoffs and freezes during the last months of 2022. But the need of IT specialists in Finland that big, that those people who was made the layoffs, they can find job quite easily here in Finland. So, and as we already mentioned, that we have a job fair event where Finnish companies come in, so they're happy to see new IT specialists in Finland and relocate them.
Sounds really great that they're really happy to meet our IT specialists or IT specialists from all around the world. And we have another question. Do Finnish companies need trainee or juniors from, I think, CIS republics, yeah? So ex-Soviet Union republics, so CIS countries.
This is question that often exists, but unfortunately, Finnish companies will choose people from Finland for junior and trainee positions, because relocation process quite expensive, and trainee, it's like a summer trainee for 3 months. As basically companies try to find and close these positions inside of the country. And of course, Finland has their universities, which have some.
Yes, and I would like to add that Finnish companies, a lot of Finnish companies focus on juniors and to try to attract them as much as they can. And they have different events in universities. So if you have an opportunity to go to Finland and study there, you will find a job, even if you're a junior. This is not true, but it is difficult to relocate. This is true. Because of the salaries, you need to have this much salary to relocate.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. And what about the IT project managers? What about project management? What kind of IT specialists need the Finnish market? And what about IT project management? So we were speaking about developers, but what about project management?
Okay, I will answer this way. that when you have a IT team, this is basically like 5 developers and only 1 project manager, or even you have 1 project manager for a couple of teams. So this is less vacancies with these skills needed. But why not? Why not to try? This is like, why not to try? You can do so.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, why not to try? Nikolai, I think we have just covered your question as well, right? And we have another question from Sergey. Thanks for being so active. And what about quality assurance manager, lead, head? Where I can find a job if I am a quality assurance engineer, manager, lead, or head?
Mm-hmm. Quality assurance in Finland, they basically interested in test automation cases and automated positions in quality assurance. So if you have these skills, you are also would be very relevant candidate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, have we covered the question? And Nikolai, the second question from Nikolai, the hottest devs stack for relocation?
Could you repeat, please?
We have a question in our chat.
Mm-hmm.
The hottest developers dev stack for relocation. Nikolai, maybe you would like to explain. Would you like to?
I understand.
Okay.
What he means. This is hard to say. This depends just from the companies. But for example, we have quite a lot of people who relocated with embedded skill stack. Also web development, DevOps, CI/CD, SRE, also IE, machine learning. What else, Ola? Maybe you can add something. You are the person who like hold all our vacancies in the future event.
And maybe we can combine your answer about, we have a next question about 1C developers as well. Is it possible to find job for 1C developers and quality assurance engineers? Please, Olga, can you help us?
You know, I come across a lot of vacancies, various vacancies and various stacks. There are actually, Finland is, so to say, European tech hub, and there are a lot of companies, startups, and big companies, enterprises. And you know, I think each experience, every experience would be needed, and you can, if you are searching, you will find your job.
But about 1C, I can say that I have never seen the vacancy here, but probably you need to make a research in LinkedIn and check if there is some vacancies in 1C stack.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe you can contact some 1C specialists who work abroad. Maybe they have some information. Yeah, but anyway, thank you for your answer. And my favorite question about the level of English. What is the English level that I should have for working in Finland?
I think that I demonstrated you a real example that English can work. Actually, I believe that you will get really nice English when you will start working. You will catch all the phrases and all this construction, and you will become very fluent soon. But there is one thing that you need to keep in mind. Finnish companies and all European companies, I believe they are very strong with the soft skills, not with the only hard skills. So you need to show somehow that you are a nice person, that you can communicate, that you can solve questions together, solve problems together. And how to say, this is very important. And if you have a very, short numbers of construction in your head, you will be probably sounds rude. And this is what makes like impossible you to go to the next steps, because for Finnish companies, they really interested to people that they were like in the same mood, in the same wave. So, but this is like, you just need to study several constructions to pass this soft skills interview.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, sure, but
Yeah.
I'm afraid that you are frozen. Ah, okay, now it's great. Yeah, yes, please, Olga.
Yes,
Go
yes.
ahead.
I would like to add that you shouldn't be pushy, that word. This is correct word to use, not to be pushy.
Yes, and
Yeah.
never use push
Yeah.
or make or force in your speeches.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
ask, I would like, I remind, and so on. Use those kind of constructions.
yes, and we revise such constructions, and we learn how to improve our soft skills and how to sound more polite in English at our courses. So as you know, let me just share my screen really quickly. We have many courses for IT people across English, for tech people, for ERP systems, for job interviews, and across English for IT project management. So these courses are tailored especially for those people. For example, across English for job interviews is made for those who plan to pass a job interview or who would like to improve their English and to get prepared for a job interview in the future. So this is the course where we learn how to communicate, how to sound politely, how to answer tricky questions, and so on. And there are more general and some of them are more specific courses for ERP specialists and for tech people. These are longer and more detailed and very, very useful courses. So please, I will send you a link. And if you have a minute, you can take a look, and maybe you would like to take some of any of this course, and you are very welcome to ask us any questions about the courses and to improve your level of English.
And
All right.
may I add a little bit? You also need to be polite when you write in messages or emails to the company. This is also very important because sometimes, especially Russian specialists, they believe that they're chatting with the bots or with the people like not that intelligent, so they're never answering, just sending them their test assessment developed, that they developed, and without any, comments on it, but use this like opportunity to communicate and to be sweet to recruiters.
Yeah, that's exactly what we learn at our courses. And yeah, that's a great remark. That's a great comment. Yeah, thank you. So let's go on. And we have another questions. Aha, so where I can find a job? In which site? So what can you recommend any sites where people can go and find a vacancy, a job?
Mm-hmm. But firstly, you need to go to the Nerdsby fair, and after that, you can go and check vacancies in LinkedIn. Of course, in Finnish market, they have like, hidden vacancies. These vacancies are never being in the public, and this make it more close. But you need to find companies which using your skill stack and start to follow them, and probably communicate to recruiters asking if they sometime have that kind of vacancy, or maybe they can contact you if they have, or maybe you can let them know about yourself like 3 months later, and so on. So you need to be like in the right time and the right place. LinkedIn and monster.fi, now I think it's called a little bit different, like Jobly or something like that. They made a renaming, probably this to resources.
It would be It would be really great if you please share also these links, maybe in our chat if you have time after the meeting. I think it would be really great if you have time. Yeah. Okay, so and about a question about remote work. Can I ask about remote work in Finland, or do most people work in the office? Yeah, that's an interesting question.
In Finland, after the corona, many companies have this type of how it's called? Hybrid working hours, when you can work like 1 day a week in office and the rest of the time you can work from home. But many companies are interested in people with relocation to Finland. But of course, you can meet remote vacancies as well. But I think that it's a little bit less than in-house. And but Finnish companies also have their representative offices, development offices, for example, in Poland or in India or in Romania, I think. And you probably can go to those countries to work remotely. Not remotely, but in a different offices for Finnish company.
Mm-hmm. And oppositely, can you live in Finland but work for a Russian company? For example, we had a club about life in Germany, and the speaker told us that it's impossible if you live in Germany. You should work for a German company. You can't work remotely for any other company, like for a Russian company. And what about Finland?
With the Russian companies, now this is only one answer, because the European Union make this sanction, and you cannot provide IT services for Russian companies from Finland. So that's impossible.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are with just a basic resident permit, you cannot work for abroad companies. But if you became like a permanent resident permit holder or citizen, then you of course can work for whomever.
Mm-hmm. And well, thank you for your answer. But how are Russian-speaking people treated in Finland these days? In general, what is the attitude towards Russian people in Finland?
Actually, we did a research on our channel, and more than 100 people answered to this question, that they feel any treatment from other. And Ola doesn't know the information, but I will tell you. So the hottest topic. No, this is like a big line between Russian politics and Russian people here. So people answered that like the average number is 4.5 from 5. So 5, this is like I feel safe and nobody touching me and asking me about my nationality. This one thing. And about safety as well. This is also the average number is 4.5. So yeah.
Okay.
And this is like a real people who live in Finland, who are Russians and who subscribe to our channel, and more than 120 people answered this question. So this is like a big one research we did.
Yeah, we can trust this data, I'm sure, definitely. All right, any more questions from our participants, or we can move on? What I think we have 15 minutes left, so please take your chance and ask your questions. Actually, you can, okay. You said that Helsinki is a kind of IT hub. So what is the most common mix of people in Finnish teams? I mean, 50-50 local tech people to foreigners or something else? Like half of locals, half foreigners. Or maybe there is another ratio.
First thing is that not only Helsinki, we have other cities which are also very nice. This is Tampere, Oulu, Turku, Espoo, cities which have different international companies. This is hard to say the amount of the percentage of international people and Finnish people, but for example, if you work like an international company in Russia, you never worked in an international company, because when you work in an international company in Finland, there would be like more 30 nationalities in one company or more like that. So it's very different culture inside, and you need to be really tolerant to every people, like, because everyone have a different background, different experience. Somebody slow, somebody fast, somebody have bad jokes, but you need to stay like tolerant to everyone.
Yeah, that's a great piece of advice, to stay tolerant and to develop your soft skills. Yeah, to develop the communication skills. You're absolutely right. Any more questions? Not yet. So, and what about the jobs that are available now? Who are you looking for? But anyway, we're still waiting for the questions, but who are you looking now? What about jobs?
Ola can answer.
Yeah. Can I tell maybe about the upcoming event? Yulia, can you share a screen with a slide?
Yeah, let's do so.
Yeah, you're very welcome to do that.
We would like to invite all of you, and if you spread this information, that would be also great. The event is called Nerds by Fair. It is a totally online event, and Finnish companies and other countries also will join this event. This is an opportunity to meet international companies, and a lot of tech talents join this event, not only Russian and CIS countries, we have other countries and other participants as well. So companies will have presentations, they will post vacancies, and you will be able to search for a right vacancy and to apply. The event will take place on the 8th of March. It will start at 11 a.m. This is Helsinki time. I think it is 10 a.m. in Moscow.
12.
12? Yeah, 12. Sorry. Yes, even after the event, recruiters will be able to contact candidates and schedule interviews and so on. So what kind of vacancies? You know, there are various vacancies. We are now talking to few companies. Some of them have already sent us vacancies, and we will post them soon in our channel. So you can apply, you can register and receive all the updates just online in community and in personal messages like this.
And I probably will add that to prepare for the event, it would be nice if you can listen or watch different videos on YouTube about interview, for example, in Indian English, in Finnish English, in Arabian English, or Russian English you will understand in a perfect way, I guess. But since all this type of, especially Indian English, because they are very fluent, very fast, and for our ears it's difficult to understand them. But you will get used to that, but you need time to do so. So prepare and just listen them in advance.
Thank you for tips.
Because recruiters in Finland, they are from India.
Sometimes.
A lot of them actually. And they have different accent, and it is hard to, you know, to adapt.
But we also have a recruiter from Kosovo, a recruiter from Finland. We have different, so this would be like very different accents, and that's how you will, like, for you it would be nice training as well to just to listen companies with the different languages, but mainly, no, not all. I just wanted to say that the recruiters basically have better English than team, but then I remember some of them and understand that now. No.
Yeah, that sounds interesting. Yeah, so you're welcome to comment, watch for yourself and listen for yourself. Okay, and thank you for the tips. And I think people will be really interested, and please share the link also in our Telegram chat, so we don't lose it. Going back to salary issues, could you recommend any simple tax calculation or calculator for Finland to define my options about the net salary amount? So it looks like about 50% of salary goes to taxes. So how can we
35.
less?
I think that you need
35.
Yeah, you need to minus 35%.
And are there any tax calculations or calculators?
You can go to the vero.fi. This is like a tax office of Finland, and they have all tax calculators presented. But there would be a lot of fields that you will just scare about, a lot of fields, but just choose one which you are interested in. For example, my salary for this year is this one, because in Finland they have this progressive tax income scale. So then the bigger you earn, the bigger taxes you pay. And then they change taxes like in every year, and they have a different tax rate for municipality, for the basic taxation and so on. And also you can choose, for example, if you are, let's say, if you are, я забыла слово. Даже на русском, sorry. I forget the word even in Russian. If you are not even a god, you will have like a 0.5% discount.
0.5%. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, thank you. And I think maybe the last question for today about SAP. I would like to know how many companies use ERP SAP systems. Maybe a person works as an in the SAP area.
SAP. Okay, I get it. There are some companies who use SAP, but we're not specialized on them, and probably I cannot give a lot of information. But the second one, ERP companies, I think that there are examples of ERP companies here in Finland.
Okay, but anyway, yeah, maybe you can Google.
Yeah, you should make your own research in this field. Unfortunately, I cannot. But comparing to 1S, 1C, of course, SAP much more
common. Yeah. Common in Finland. Okay, thank you. So we're still waiting for a question from Raman, I guess. Our participant is typing a question. Yeah, thanks. And yeah, millions of thanks for you today for sharing so much useful information. Is it cold in Finland? Is it better for me? Is it cold?
This depends. Today it's like minus 15, I think, or minus. Now it's evening, so it's minus 12. During the day it was minus 8, I guess. But this is like a cold day in February, because like a week ago it was +2, +3. And
Yeah, that's common.
the weather, and can you stand with this weather? It depends from where you are. So people from Siberia who come to Finland, they say that this is like too warm, like a 0 +2 during the winter. But the pluses of Finland, also comparing to countries from like Spain or Cyprus or Israel, is that we have a central heating. So in our houses it's usually warm and you can go without any shoes. Yeah.
And we have sauna, right? In every building. There
And
is a
every
sauna. If
building
you
have a
feel
sauna.
cold, you can use it. No problem.
Yeah. I think that the worst I think is that there is quite dark here, but already now it's fine. But still December is very dark time and you need to be prepared to that.
Yeah, be prepared. Okay, I think most of people who live in Russia are prepared to darkness in winter, to cold, and so on. Okay, thank you. So we've discussed weather as well. Olga, what about you? Do you have anything to add, or is it time to wrap up our meeting today?
We welcome everybody to our event and to our community, and would love to answer all your questions. You can reach out to us, to me, actually, if you have any questions.
Thank you everyone for coming, and that was super interesting to talk to you.
Agree with you. It was super interesting to talk with you, ladies, and thank you to our participants. You are super active today, and that's really great. Thank you for your questions. I think if you have any questions, you can ask me or our administrator, or you can ask Olga and Yulia if you have questions related to the Nurse Bay Fair or IT vacancies in Finland. And yeah, as I said, time flies really fast, and when we are discussing such interesting issues, it flies even faster. So it's time to wrap up our meeting today. Thanks for your time and effort, and I hope to see you at our next speaking clubs. And please, if you have any questions about the courses, if you want to improve your English, you are very welcome to do that at a cross language school. And see you next week. Have a great weekend, everybody, and have a great day off.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.